This is a re-TV MiniDoc. Let's have a look at Ian Huntley's Crocodile tears in a little more detail.
You're the school caretaker. The girls, Jessica.
So what we're looking at here is a micro expression of contempt shown as an asymmetrical smile. The left side of the mouth only is raised in response to the interviewer's comment on Huntley being the caretaker. He also puts both arms behind his back as soon as the interviewer begins to talk to him, and they remain behind his back until the end of the interview, except for once when he points. When we're in a state of stress, the hands are the first thing that jump into action, and in his mind, to keep from giving himself away with uncontrollable hand gestures, he holds his arms firmly behind his back.
You're the school caretaker. The girls, Jessica and Holly, would know you, and they saw you on the front doorstep. What went on?
Well, I don't know the girls.
As soon as Huntley opens his mouth, alarm bells start ringing. He starts to say the girls, but then stopped himself, realising this is too familiar, and then highlighted the fact that he doesn't know the girls. 2 red flags for me here. Firstly, this is called a false start. We do this when we start to speak before we've decided what story we're going to tell. The second red flag here, it is important to Huntley for you, the viewer, to know that he doesn't know the girls. At the same time of trying to manage our impression of him, he is also trying to pose an expression of sadness or concern with his eyebrows. We can tell this is insincere because the eyebrows are asymmetric. The eyebrows are not level. His right eyebrow is a good few millimeters above the left. This happens when you try to fake concern. If this were a sincere emotion, his eyebrows would be symmetrial.
Well, I don't know the girls.
You might also have noticed that Huntley took a step back after he said, "I don't know the girls." This is called a gestural retreat. After telling a lie that the individual feels like they have to protect themselves from, they take a literal step back.
Well, I don't know the girls. I stood on the front doorstep grooming my dog down. She'd run away and come back a bit of a mess. They just came across and asked how Miss Carr was.
He wants you to know that they were the ones who approached him and not the other way around.
She used to teach them at St Andrews. I just said she weren't very good as she hadn't got the job. And they just says, please tell her that we're very sorry. And off they walked in the direction of the library over there.
In the direction of the library over there. You may notice that the timing and synchronization of what he is saying and when he is pointing is off. If you tell a friend you are going to the shop over there, you will point at the same time as saying it. But if you are lying, the synchronization will be off.
Off the walk in the direction of the library over there.
How did they seem to you?
They seemed fine, very cheerful, happy, chatty.
Lots going on here. Firstly, the gestural leakage from the right shoulder, the shoulder closest to the red car. The asymmetrical shoulder shrug is contradicting the positive affirmative statement that he is making. His body is leaking his lack of confidence in his statement.
They seemed fine, very cheerful, happy,
1.
chatty. I didn't see anything untoward.
2.
Nobody hanging around.
They seemed fine, very cheerful, happy.
They seemed fine, very cheerful, happy.
He is describing the girls as happy and chatty, but he has forgotten to take the sad look off of his face, and he is contradicting the affirmative statements with a very slight headshake no. In slow motion, the headshake contradicting his affirmative statement.
They seemed fine, very cheerful, happy, chatty. I didn't see anything untoward, nobody hanging around. It just seemed like normal, happy kids.
Safe and well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you may, as it turned out, have been the last person to actually chat to them before they vanished.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
And it's a mystery.
Arms still firmly planted behind his back.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody around here, I was speaking to a lot of people, and what they're saying is, while there's no news, then there's still that glimmer of hope, and that's basically all we're all hanging on to.
Another asymmetrical shoulder shrug contradicting his affirmative statement.
That glimmer of hope, and that's basically all we're all hanging on to.
And there was nothing that Sunday evening that gave you a glimmer of suspicion that anything was wrong?
No, not at all.
This micro-expression signifies fear. Notice the tight-lipped smile and the dipped eyebrows.
It's very frustrating knowing that we have people that way inclined amongst us and us not knowing who they are. That way inclined.
You can clearly see here that Huntley is enjoying the attention and enjoying getting away with it. This is more than dupe and delight. This is pure pleasure.
What they've asked now is basically to look at your neighbours, think about your neighbours, who's to the left of you, who's to the right, and think of any strange behaviour or anything like that. And I think it's a very good idea.
To deflect attention away from himself, the last person known to see Holly and Jessica, he thinks it's a good idea to look at your neighbours, to the left and to the right of him, but certainly not at him.
Ian, was there any occasion that you actually came into contact, physical contact, with the girls?
Physical contact?
Okay.
This is a clip of Huntley from a police interview. Before the officer finishes the question, he knows where she is going, a question that makes him very uncomfortable. You can see him fidgeting and moving around in the chair. He repeats the end part of the question and responds no. Physical contact? No. There are several red flags to show how uncomfortable he is with this question. He grabs hold of his right arm with his left, he rubs himself to try to comfort himself, and an asymmetrical shoulder shrug with his right shoulder. Physical contact? No. He repeated the question to give himself time to think about how he would respond, and then responds with a very quiet no, suggesting no confidence in what he just said. Also, the synchronization of the no and the head nod is way off. Another indication of deception.
Ian, was there any occasion that you actually came into contact, physical contact, with the girls?
Physical contact?
Okay.
So once again, thanks for watching. If this isn't the first video of mine that you have watched and you are yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button now. Peace! You've been watching a ReTV MiniDoc.